From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings, LALATE.
Happy Mother's Day, and this is your fourth stimulus check of 2021 update today. Happy, beautiful Mother's Day. In this recording, we'll go over the fourth stimulus check that could give you and your mother an incredible relief, the best relief you've ever seen in the history of this channel. A monthly stimulus check starting the month of July. And guess what? I got more money coming to you live next week. Yes, there's money coming back from the federal government to millions of Americans next week, and I'll go over what it is. And there's millions of dollars available for you to get starting next week, and I'll be going over what that is as well. But that fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today comes on the news of what happened on Friday, and the statements from the President of the United States, which said, get it done. Get it done. Incredible, great news, but we also look forward to what will happen next week that could impact your fourth stimulus. We go over the analysis in this video. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, being released next week, a series of major corporate earnings coming in from Q1 2021, including Disney and DoorDash. And then we'll cut back to fifth stimulus, the incredible great news for SSI and SSDI reform that would raise your benefits to a big new number you've never had, and that would be a lifetime new benefit number. And then we go over the big other money that's landing to you across the board. It's incredible great news. It's a great Mother's Day. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to it. This is Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful Sunday morning it is with incredible, great news. Really great news about your fourth stimulus check, that monthly stimulus check, multiple stimulus checks that start in the month of July and go all the way to at least December. I go over the incredible great news that happened on Friday, what's the incredible great news anticipated for tomorrow, and the incredible great news about more money landing next week, some automatically and some that you have to apply for. It's thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm very excited for you. And then we'll cut back to fifth stimulus, the fifth stimulus check update of 2021 in this recording today. It's a great day, and I want you to subscribe. Please subscribe, because as you saw right before this recording, this channel is expanding the breadth of reporting. We're now going to have a lot late night, overnight feeds for you to come in and chat with one another, comment with one another about financial news. We'll have live streams about cryptocurrency, and we'll have tape shows, and I'll be on air educating you about cryptocurrency in new additional recordings joining this channel. So the channel is expanding, but keeping all the content you currently love as well. That's not going away. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. This is LALATE, the only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Let's get to the breaking news. Fourth stimulus got an incredible push from the President of the United States on Friday when he said, just get it done. His emphasis and his statements were very emphatic. He held not one, but three press briefings telling the American people, get the fourth stimulus package done right away as a result of the jobs number that came out Friday. More about that number in a second, but let's go over the fourth stimulus. There are two plans, the House and the Senate plan. You're looking at the House plan right now that will provide you monthly stimulus checks. Let's analyze the House plan versus the Senate plan. And if you're in the live chat just after 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, jump in the comments and say whether you prefer the House or Senate. But wait for the details. That's coming up right now. So the House plan proposes $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. So every month after month one would be $1,000. How many months for this House plan? Well, the House plan would provide you a stimulus check for every month remaining in the pandemic to the end of the pandemic. And that is incredible great news across the board. But is the Senate plan better? Let's compare. So the Senate plan would provide you a stimulus check from July to December, 6 checks. Let's say the pandemic has 4 more months left. So 4 months plus 12, that's 16 months of checks. So the House members would give you a lot more checks, the senators less checks. But before you pass judgment, let's look at the amount of the monthly stimulus checks. You just saw that the House members would be providing you $1,000 a month after the first month, Well, how about the senators? Word on the street is the senators want to give you a lot more money faster, quicker to get you caught up on your bills. Let's look at their proposed numbers. Word on the street is these are the numbers. Word on the street is the senators want to give you $2,000 a month, which is a lot more than the House members, which would be $12,000 over 6 months. Compared to, for example, 4 months left of the pandemic, and you add 12 months to that for the House members, that would be $16,000 for the House members, but it would take you 16 months to get the House checks. Here, we're talking about 6 months to get $12,000. So less money, but getting it a lot much faster. And word on the street is another possible number is $1,400 a month, $80 for $100. Guess what I had said no less than a month ago? This was a graphic a month ago that I said that forced stimulus could be impacted on whether jobs are restored, the PPI or the CPI. Pending. Well, guess what's coming tomorrow? The new CPI number. This has now been a month later, and we're looking to see that new CPI number tomorrow. I'll have more about that in a second. So which one do you prefer? House plan, less money overall, but a lot faster. You're getting it in just about 6 months. Or House plan, more money, but it's taking you many more months to get it. Drop in the live chat. House or Senate. Be respectful of other people's opinions and make it a fair and polite. And also it's Mother's Day. So wish everyone happy Mother's Day in the chat. And you can wish your big daddy stimulus guy happy father of stimulus. Stimulus father, as they would say, Doge father. Oh, I'm stimulus father. So which one do you prefer, House or Senate? Let's go over how and when you would get this. July. 4th July represents the legislators. The vote would be in the month of July for the month of July's check. And the month of July's check would go out in the month of July. Then August, there would not be a wave of checks. They can't do waves because these are monthly stimulus checks. It would not be income. It would not be taxable. And who would get it? You would. Third stimulus people? Yes. Same amount of stimulus checks as a minor dependent? Yes. Same amount of stimulus checks for adult dependents? Yes. Would it be taken out for child support? We don't know. Yes. And what are the eligibility criteria? Same as before. If you make less than $75,000, you get it. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get it. Just double the check. A family of 4, household of 4, 4 times the checks. And then, yes, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or rural benefits, you would get it as well. Very easy and breezy to understand. That is your 4th stimulus check update of 2021. So how do they get this done, and what happened with the president on Friday, and what's happening with forced stimulus this coming week? And have they started the recon or not? Let me start with that comment, because that comment I've gotten a few times, especially on Facebook, and I've been trying to clarify the situation. When are they going to start reconciliation? What is reconciliation? 2-step, 2-month process to get this done, May to July. Why are they dragging their feet? They haven't started reconciliation. That's not true. They have started reconciliation. They don't start reconciliation with a marching band and a big float and a baton twirler. That's not how they do it. They have been working on reconciliation all along. The bill has already been in subcommittees of the House, and they're working on the language already. So it's not like they wait to the very minute and the president says, start recon. Start your recon engines. It's not like that. So they have been doing reconciliation all along. When would the vote be? The final vote, remember 2-bill, 2-step, 2-month process, the final vote would be no later than July 4th, says Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi. So there you go. Very easy breezy. Now, what happened with the president Friday? The president Friday was emphatic. He saw the new jobs number. He did not like it. No one liked it. It was a horrible number. More about it later in this recording. And stay with me because I got a lot more money coming for you in this show. There's a lot of this money in the show. The president said the jobs number on Friday, that is a monthly number, was bad. You need to pass forced stimulus. Incredible great news. Incredible great news. More about that Friday jobs number as well. But why do they need to get forced stimulus done right away as well? Because the economy is recovering. Jobs, people have not yet taken jobs. The unemployment number actually got worse on Friday. But corporate earnings are not particularly all robust. And that's more reason to pass stimulus. This coming week, we're going to see corporate earnings for Q1 2021 reporting from Tyson, Marriott Hotels, and Simon Properties, owner of many of the major shopping malls in the country. Vizio, the TV company. Wednesday is Wendy's and Bumble. And then Thursday, we're seeing corporate earnings from Disney, DoorDash, and the major online retailer, Alibaba. So there you go. So what is that big money coming back to you? Oh, yes. So this is very exciting. Big money is coming back to you starting this coming week for a series of different people. One group, it's automatic. Another group, it is application-based. And another group, you have to do something this week to get money in a few weeks from now. So there's a lot of money, and I'm going to go over it right now. The first one, that money that's coming back to you, is money for people who filed a 2020 tax return and paid taxes on their first $10,200 of unemployment assistance to the federal government. Now, if you are new to this channel, this is LALATE, and I want to slow this down slowly for you so you understand who's getting money, because I've had some people send me questions where it doesn't sound like they're listening to the details of this, because this is very important. Who's sending the money? The federal government. States? No, this is not the states. This is the federal government. Are they sending money to everyone? No. If you filed a tax return and you paid taxes on to federal taxes on your 2020 unemployment assistance, they're returning the taxes you paid on that unemployment to you automatically. How much? Here's an example. It is exactly the amount that you paid on that unemployment. Here's an example. Let's say you had $9,000 of unemployment. Your total tax bill was $5,000, but of that, $4,000 was taxes on the unemployment assistance. You're getting a $4,000 refund check from IRS. How are you getting the refund check? If they do not have a bank account on file, it's coming in the mail to the address that's on the tax return. If they do have a bank account on file, it's going into that bank account. Who's getting the check next week? Single filers, meaning a person whose tax return is just their name. How about if I'm a joint filer, me and my wife? Then you're at the end of the month in what's called phase 2. Incredible, great news. Now, you understand that universe. If you have not filed a tax return, you're not getting Zippo. And if you think you need money, then listen. If you think you're entitled to money, then listen to this next step. You need to file a tax return. So who needs to file a tax return? Well, anyone that's required to file a tax return has to file a tax return. But if you took out for federal taxes any week that you got unemployment assistance in 2020, you need to file a 2020 tax return and request that money back to you. That 2020 tax return, personal, is due in just a few days. There you go. What else is coming back to you? Oh boy, this is thousands of dollars, and this is automatic. Now, this one is coming back to you from the states, but it was ordered by the federal government. Oh boy. So how much money is this? Let me go over this with you. If you had received unemployment assistance from your state in 2020 or 2021, and at any time the state reached out to you and said, we made a computer error, we overpaid you, return money back to them, and you did return the money back to them, the states have now been ordered to return that money back to you. On Thursday last week, Marty Walsh, Secretary of Labor for the U.S. Department of for the U.S. government, issued a proclamation that said states made an error. They should not have told you to refund money. That was no mistake to your own, no fault of your own. It was the mistake of the states and their computer systems. They should have never told you to refund the money. The states have now been ordered to refund that money back to you. That is automatic. Nothing for you to do about that. Incredible, great news. What's the last group that's entitled to money next week? Well, actually, there's there's three more sets of money coming next week. Yeah, next week is Moolah week. It's just a lot of money. The next one is if you have children, you got to get that federal tax return on file next week. Not only because it's due, but also because that is what will pay you money starting the month of July. There are three groups of people who will not get paid in the month of July if they do not file that 2020 tax return now. So I'm making very clear to you. You're watching me as Sir Lloyd looked at the camera last night and pleaded for Nemo to call him. I'm pleading to you. If you do not file tax returns or you have not filed your 2020 tax return and you have a child, you listen to me very carefully, because this is between now and tax deadline. This is your only window of opportunity. If you do not do it, then come April, come May, come July, and you jump in the comments, where is my check? The answer is you messed up. You totally messed up. And I love you to death, so I'm being very honest and I'll give you a tough love. You do this right now. So let me go over this. If you have a child 17 to newborn, you're getting either $3,600 or $3,000 prorate starting in the month of July all the way to next year. If two things occurred: one, you made less than $75,000, that's easy. I think that's probably you. Or two, and two, IRS knows about that child. That's the problem. So there are three groups of people that I have identified that need to file that tax return right away. Group number one, you never file tax returns. They don't know you have a child. They have no way to know you have a child. You need to go get that tax return filed. Number two, you do file tax returns, but you have not been listing that child for whatever reason it is. Maybe the child was just born. You need to file that tax return. And category number three, which is a rare situation, in which you made a lot of money on your last filed tax return from 2019 that would make you ineligible for this money. But in 2020, you took a bath. You did not have a good financial year. You made very little money. You are now eligible for this money for your child because you didn't make a lot of money in 2020, but you've not filed the 2020 return. Guess what? They're going to look at the most recent return, which is the 2019, said, no, you've made too much money. We're not giving you the check. You need to file the return. Those three groups of people. And finally, I got other money for you. $5,000 to $20,000. Yes, there's $5,000 to $20,000 for all viewers of this channel, including those from SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Rural Benefits. That is going live next week. I'm really excited for you, and it's in addition to the big money for my business owners. I'll have all those details coming up in 60 seconds. Drop any questions you have during the commercial break, and I'll be back with you in just 60 seconds. Here is a little bit about the community page, whose link is in the top of the chat and also the pinned comment. That's news.lalate.com/community. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And you're currently watching Mornings LALATE live from Los Angeles. I'm on air, and thank you for joining me. I'm back with you at noontime and then afternoons LALATE. 2 hours apart each new show. And then we go into our evenings lineup of programming. Those shows include afternoons, evenings LALATE, and other shows across the board. If you saw before this broadcast, I had a live feed for you of Dogecoin. So as you're going to see over the next few days, you're going to see the programming lineup on this channel slightly change, and I'll update you about the schedule accordingly. All your favorite shows will generally remain as they are, but we'll be adding new programming to increase the coverage of this channel, now expanding into cryptocurrency across the board. So thank you for joining me on Mornings LALATE. Hope you're having a beautiful Mother's Day. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I want you part of this family. Education, information, getting you financially stable, that's what this channel does, and a lot of fun along the way. Thank you, Robert, for the super chat, for the pair alert. I really appreciate it during the commercial break. Really appreciate it. Also, like this video. 2,000 to 3,000 likes. I really appreciate it. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. You're going to see, because of the technology is embedded behind this channel, that I can now deliver you overnight live feeds. And those overnight live feeds will feature some of the things that are breaking at the moment. For example, let's say on Thursday night that Disney delivers very poor earnings reports and that Disney tanks. You saw early on this channel, I was showing you the corporate earnings coming this week. So let's say, for example, Disney reported earnings on Friday, and it was just absolutely cataclysmic, and the stock just crashes. I will put up a chart of the Disney feed, and it'll run overnight. And you can jump into the live chat. It will be a live chat. You can interact with a fellow Purple Power family, talk about what you think is going on, talk about anything you want to talk about. I saw people this morning talking about the weather where they were. That's the spirit of the family. People have always enjoyed the spirit of this family. But the backdrop of the story, but the backdrop of the feed will be, of course, the breaking financial news. So this morning's feed, of course, was Dogecoin because of what happened last night. I'll be going on air more about Dogecoin after this. All right, let's cut back to forced stimulus. So forced stimulus has a lot of other money going live this week, and wow, it's very exciting. It's the rent, the utilities, the homeowner's assistance mortgage, and the homeowner's utilities. It's incredible, great news. It started to go live last week. It's going to go live this coming week, and it's going to go live the week after. So what it is it's money from third stimulus that had yet to land in the states, cities, and counties. Where do you get it? 6 places. Get that pen and paper out. 6 places to start, and then the nonprofits. So you're going to look at your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state hall, and your state housing authority. If at any time the information of this video goes too quickly, you can always replay back a little bit. And you're going to reach out and ask, do you have the Biden stimulus for assistance for rent because of COVID? Very easy. You also ask for the utilities. How much do you usually get? About 46 months of rent, which is about $5,000. It's incredible, great news. And then the utilities is a couple $1,000. So there we go, $6,000, $7,000. Now let's say you reach out to them, you find it, you apply, and you realize you're not eligible. Don't fret, because then you can reach out to the nonprofits. United Way, get that pen and paper ready. United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul. I have gotten over $250,000 for what I've called purple money for viewers of this channel, which I've been doing since October of last year. It's a big success. Never say no. If you get one no, you go to the next step. So if your city says no, you go to the county. The county says no, you keep on pushing. You never stop. I had someone send me an email the other day or DM, said, I reached out to one nonprofit. They said no. Who cares? I mean, one nonprofit, there's 6 of them that I just detailed, and I got 6 locations in your city. Why would you detail one and sort of stop? That's not Purple Power. You go and get the money. An example of that, which I detail a lot in December, was Tyrone, Boston. At the time, no one saw Boston paying out money just because of it had not gotten first stimulus money yet for the city. I told him to keep on pushing. He found it. He got $10,000 before the Christmas holidays. He said it changed his life for him and his family. And it really did. So keep on pushing. All right, then the other money is SNAP. If you've never gotten SNAP, you need to go get it. If you make less than a certain threshold of money, go get it. Department of Agriculture, or call 211. You call them up. If you make less than an amount of money, you get it. It's incredible, great news. How much money? Family of 4 in Hawaii would normally get about $1,400, but because of a Trump and Biden executive orders that increased it 15% between January and December, $16,000. $16,000 on top of rent. We're doing very good. All right, let's cut now to the business people. Business people have really been shortchanged by the Biden administration. A lot of stuff has not come to fruition. He promised that grant to start a new business. It never got in the bill. He passed a bill, third stimulus, which was to give a $5,000 EIDL grant. It is not delivered. His PPP program, he signed executive order to extend it, is run out of money. The shuttered venue grant, I have not seen anyone get paid from it. The restaurant grant, I've seen no one get paid from it. And the remainder of the $10,000 EIDL grant, very few people have gotten paid for it. That's why 30% of U.S. small and medium-sized businesses shuttered in February. I expect the number about the same in March. I expect the situation to continue to be bad. The administration has not understood the value of small businesses, and because of that, small and medium-sized businesses may continue to shutter, and we may only be left with big box companies going forward. More about that over the next few days. But now let's turn to fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus also got that push from the President of the United States on Friday. He said, just get it done. The jobs number says get it done. So this is great news for you for fifth stimulus. What is fifth stimulus? It's not just families. And again, if you're new to this channel, let me explain one thing that I've been teaching viewers, is that the president names bills with very restrictive words. So he calls the fifth stimulus package the American Families Plan, to which you would assume, I'm not a family, I'm a single bachelor, there's no money in for me. Yeah, there is. I don't know why he chooses these words that make people think it's not for them. And the fourth stimulus he calls the American Jobs Plan. Then you're like, well, I already have a job. I don't need that type of stimulus. He shouldn't use those type of words. So that's why I'm here to explain to you what's in the actual item. Fifth stimulus is incredible relief is that SSI and SSDI reform, and I'm going to go over with you right now. Again, it's incredible. Let's go over broadly the details and we'll cut back over the specifics. It would increase your benefit limits, add an asset limit higher, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Wow, incredible, great news. So what does that mean? It means the following. All your benefits would be brought up to a big new number, and that is your new number going forward. If you're on multiple benefits, they would all do the same. Who's you? SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, Social Security survivor benefits, all of you. Then they would tie you to inflation. Inflation would be your new benchmark going forward. Inflation is great because it's going to go up 2 to 4% over the next few years. And so if inflation goes up, your benefits go up. Next, they're going to invalidate a 1980s law that says you cannot keep more than $3,000 on hand. It's called the asset cap. Some of you know about it, some of you are suffering for it. It would go away. You need it because you're getting stimulus checks, hopefully, in your bank account of, $10,000. Then they're going to remove the income cap. That dates back to a 1960s law, which they're going to invalidate, which says you cannot work and also stay on benefits. So if you want to work, you don't have to work. You can bring home $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is, and they'll allow you to stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty. And I have one viewer who's in the chat who has seen the marriage penalty front and center, wants to get married and doesn't do it because that person knows what the marriage penalty would do to them. Well, this reform would end the marriage penalty. So if you're suffering from it, you would no longer suffer from it. And if you wanted to get married, you can now get married. So there you go. When would this happen? This would happen by fifth stimulus. How? Same process as fourth stimulus. Recon. 2 bills, 2 months, 2 steps. Done. Likely to impact your benefits in November. Now, fifth stimulus has a lot of other items in there besides just SSI reform. And I'll be covering them throughout the day, so stay with me. I'm next with you at noontime at 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Among the items in there is hazard pay. But let's circle back one more time to the incredible great news about fourth stimulus and what's important to know going in the new week. What's important to go into the new week is that Friday, we really were sort of still being stung, digesting, a little bit dizzy, I guess you would say, from that jobs number on Friday. A lot of people heard the number. Most of America heard the number. Everyone knew it was a bad number, not particularly clear what the number was, but everyone heard there was a bad number out there. And that bad number, ironically, was good. No, not good. Very good for fourth stimulus. Why? Because when you have a bad economic number that gets a lot of press, and then you have people talking about the stimulus packages that are impacted by that bad number, then that gets a lot of press. And this, ironically, was exactly what I had told you for 1 month, every single show. I had told you this number was going to be the critical number to get fourth stimulus out the door. I was wrong in predicting what the number was, but I was 100% correct in predicting the impact of the number on your fourth stimulus. It hit like a wrecking ball, to quote Miley Cyrus, and it really hit hard. And with that, the president had 3 videos, the press secretary was talking about it, everyone was talking about it. You're going to hear a lot more talk about it next week, and I'll have it on this channel. But also those corporate earnings will be critical to determine whether this economy is rebounding or whether job creation is not there or job labor is still reluctant to go back to work. Monday is this, Tuesday is Vizio, Wednesday includes Bumble, and then, of course, Thursday is Disney. And with that, thank you for joining me on a Big Mornings LATE. It's a great day. I'm going to be next on live, I believe, going over what happened with Dogecoin yesterday, what you should expect with Dogecoin today. That live recording comes up next on this channel, I believe. So with that, make sure you stay informed, stay subscribed, hit that subscribe button because I don't want you to miss a single video. I told you I'm adding new shows to the lineup, and I don't want you to miss anything across the board. If it's a subject matter you're interested in learning about, just look at the title, just look at the image of the show, and you'll see if that's a show you'd like to jump in, see the same familiar faces you recognize, chat with them, and learn something, and have a lot of fun. Remember, all the programming in the show is always fun. And with that, make sure you subscribe. It's free to subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, let's do it. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful Mother's Day. I'll see you back on air just shortly here on LA.